Praise God, praise God. A short little edification, a little nugget, 3 minutes, it might be 5. We're going to go to 1 Samuel chapter 18, where Saul resents David. The world is running around with jealousy and envy. 1 Samuel 18:8, then Saul was very angry. This is where sin will appear in your heart. Then Saul was very angry and saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed to David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed only 1,000s. Now what more can he have but the kingdom? 1 Samuel 15:28 and Ecclesiastes 4:4. So Saul eyed David from that day forward. One more time. So Saul eyed David from that day forward. And it happened on the next day that the distressing spirit from God came upon Saul, and he prophesied inside the house. So David played music with his hand as at other times, but there was a spear in Saul's hand, and Saul cast the spear, for he said, I will pin David to a wall. But David escaped his presence twice. Now Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with him, but had departed from Saul. I'm going to say that again. Now Saul was afraid. Why? Of David? Because the Lord was with him, but he had departed from Saul. The worst predicament in your life will be when the Lord departs from you. He leaves you. He takes away his covering. I want to talk about the 2-for-1. We see in here Saul was very angry, and it displeased him because David was working for Saul and keeping Saul safe, but Saul found some jealousy. He found some envy. I'm going to take a minute and a half and talk about this, and then I'm going to be done. I call it 2-for-1. Saul, and it's in the church, it might be in the world, it's in politicians. The 2-for-1 is he got jealousy in his heart because David killed 10,000s. Saul was in competition. He was in jealousy. It'll start out as jealousy, previewing and monitoring someone and viewing them and coming into a critical spirit, a judgmental spirit. When you see them, something about them you don't like, I call it the 2-for-1. It'll start as jealousy, then the giant. Goliath was a giant, but this is another giant. This is a giant of jealousy, but it'll turn into the giant of envy. Saul was envious. He was so envious that he threw a spear at David, but David ducked. So my question today, and I'm done. How can a man like David cover Saul, but Saul still was jealous and envious because Saul saw something in David that the Lord saw, because he was a man after God's own heart. I'm leaving you with this. I gave you 2-for-1. Jealousy and envy are two-sided coins, but if you don't take care of it, that envy. When you want someone's seat and you want to be in competition, stay close to the Lord and look into his eyes. And no matter where you're at, please restrain and refrain from watching other people. They're not a giant. The Lord is the giant. He is the I am. Church Without Judgment. I love you guys. Take care. Your brother Mark. Defeat the giant by this. Stay away from jealousy that will turn into envy. That's what happened to Abel. Abel's sacrifice was pure, but Cain didn't care what he gave God. And if you don't care what you give him, you're never going to care what you give another human. I love you. Bye-bye.